Hello everyone, welcome to the next class of Management Accounting. I hope till the last class you have studied. Okay, if not, God bless you. If yes, very good, you are the superb one. Okay, and continue with the same. So today we will start finally. Okay, full question of fund flow statement. So till the last class we have gone for fund from operation. Before that we have gone for the changes, statement showing changes in working capital, and now finally we will jump today towards the fund flow statement, where I hope you remember, like, statement showing changes in working capital was the first step towards the preparation of fund flow statement, and fund from operation was the second step towards the preparation of your fund flow statement. So today finally we will prepare fund flow statement. Okay, so let's take a question or problem. So this is the question of the day. Okay, so just assume, okay, that this is a balance sheet of any ABC Limited. Okay, because we need to work on with the amounts and details which is available here. Name doesn't matter, okay, right now as a student. So this is a balance sheet, okay, of A and B, where we have the liabilities and we have the assets and we have a sum of the additional information. Now till now I believe you know very well, when you are trying to solve or prepare fund flow statement, okay, indirect method, this is your day, indirect method I'm talking, indirect method, okay, then we need to specify some small things. Very first is what? In the given question, which are our current items, that can be your current asset or current liability. Fine. So which are our current items? Fine. Once you are going to specify that current item, please mark it and keep it separate, and keep in your mind that these current items are going to appear only in the first step, that is while preparing statement showing changes in working capital, and nowhere else these items are going to get repeated. Okay, further your two steps are there, fund from operation and fund flow statement, nowhere it is going to be appeared. Okay, it will appear only while preparing statement changes working capital. And then we need to again recognize which are the non-cash, non-fund items. Okay, again in that also, non-cash, non-fund, it can be expenses, it can be losses, it can be your gain, it can be your income. Okay, to calculate our fund from operation. So now first we will analyze the question and then we'll move towards the solution. Okay, so in the question, very first item is what given? Equity share capital. Okay, equity share capital. So if you can notice, 2012 value is 3 lakh, 2013 value is 4 lakh. That means we have issued excess equity share worth rupees 1 lakh. And when we are going to issue the share capital, okay, in a simple terms, general terms, okay, because if no other information is given in the question related to that we have issued the extra equity share to purchase the machinery or to purchase something, nothing is given. Okay, so in simple term, what we have to assume, that 1 lakh is our source of fund. We are going to get the 1 lakh rupees as fund. Okay, so keep in your mind that is source of fund, 1 lakh rupees. Fine. Now similarly we need to work on with the next item, that is your preference capital. In 2012 value is 1,50,000 and in 2013 value is 1 lakh. So again, if we are going to get the difference, last year, okay, 2012 I am referring as a last year. Last year it is 1,50,000 and now it is 1 lakh. So where that 50,000 gone? Definitely not in your pocket. Okay, that 50,000 again, with regard to that no other further information is given. Then again we have to work on with the assumption. Okay, assumption is what? Worth rupees 50,000 preference shares we have redeemed. Okay, we have redeemed. Clear? Now That 50,000 if we have redeemed, that means we have to pay the cash. We have to pay the cash. See, in your first one, that is equity share capital, 1 lakh was coming to your pocket. So it was source of fund. But now 50,000 is going out from your pocket. So this will known as a application of fund. Clear? Now the next one, general reserve, which we used to make from our profit and loss. So last year, that is 2012, sorry, I'm really sorry, 2012 general reserve worth rupees 40,000 and 2013 70,000. That means we have excess transferred. Okay, how much excess? We have transferred excess 30,000 towards the general reserve. Now it is not going anywhere from your pocket. Okay, just from your profit you are making the general reserve. Okay, 30,000 excess. Okay, sorry, not excess, extra. 30,000 extra you have transferred towards the general reserve. So this will be your non-cash expense. As I told you, it's not going anywhere. Profit was also belonging to your company and only, and from profit you have kept something in a general reserve, that is also in your company only. It has not gone anywhere outside. It is still with you only in your pocket. Okay, so this will be your non-cash expense. Okay, next item, profit and loss account. So in your fund from operation only we have learned profit and loss account we need. Okay, the net profit, that is 48,000 minus 30,000, 18,000 amount to calculate fund from operation. Clear? Now the next item, proposed dividend. Okay, now if you have copied the last class PDF notes where I have given you in details how to treat the proposed dividend, how to treat the provision for tax, how to treat the provision for doubtful debts, then you know very well we have a simple things. Okay, we have a two terms. Either we can treat it as a current liability or either we can treat it as a non-current item. Now today I am going to treat it as a current one. Okay, now if I am going to treat it current one, then definitely it will appear in your first step, that is statement showing changes in working capital. Clear? Now coming to creditor, creditors are also your current liabilities, so again it will be a part of first step. Then again bills payable, again it is a current one, so it will be a part of your first step. And provision for tax, as I told you with the proposed dividend only, I am going to treat it as a current liability. Okay, in today's question. Next classes somewhere we will definitely learn if you are going to treat these things as a non-current, then what are the things we have to keep in mind. Now we are going to treat it, proposed dividend and the provision for tax, both as a current liability. So current items whatever we have, proposed dividend, creditors, bills payable, provision for tax. Clear? Now coming to your asset side. Fine. Asset side we have, first we have goodwill. Okay, very nice asset. Okay, definitely it's a very nice asset, fictitious. Fine. So goodwill, last year value is, that is 2012 value is, I'm sorry, okay, 2012 value is 1,15,000 and now in 2013 90,000. That means we have gone for a written off. Okay, and written off of your fictitious or intangible items like goodwill, okay, it is considered as a non-cash expense. Considered as a non-cash expense. Clear? Now the next, land and building, and then next we have plant. So now we'll keep land and building and plant holding one. Okay, reason I'll tell you afterwards. Now we'll jump directly to the debtors. So I hope you know very well debtors your current assets, so it will be a part of your first step, that is working capital one. Stock also the same, current asset, bills receivable also current asset, and cash also current asset. So I hope now the items and your within the balance sheet is clear for you. Which are the sources, which are the applications, which are the non-cash expenses or losses, or which are the non-cash income or gains. Actually we haven't got any income or gains here till now. Okay, now coming for the additional information. What are the additional information is given? Depreciation of rupees 20,000 on land and building. Okay, hold here only. Depreciation of rupees 20,000 on land and building, and that's why I have kept your land and building and plant on hold. Okay, now coming back to the land and building, if we can check the 2012 value, it's 2 lakh. Okay, and upon that depreciation from additional information, 20,000 is your depreciation. So what is the now new value? Should be 2 lakh minus 20,000, we should have the 1 lakh 80,000. But if we check in the balance sheet 2013, it is showing us the value how much? 1 lakh 70,000. So where the 10,000 gone? I'm repeating it again. Okay, and today I'm not going to show the working notes. Next class we will definitely go for the working notes also. These all are the part of your working note. Okay, 2 lakh value of the land and building in the year 2012, 20,000 depreciation charged. Okay, so remaining value is 1 lakh 80,000. But in 2013 we are able to view here very nicely, the value is 1 lakh 70,000. So where is the 10,000? So again the assumption. Okay, assumption is what? We are going to assume that worth rupees 10,000 land and building we have sold. Getting it? Worth rupees 10,000 land and building we have sold. And if you are going to sell something, then I believe cash is coming in your pocket. Cash is coming in your pocket. So this will be again your source of fund. Source of fund. Clear? Now the next we have item which we have left that time, plant. Now check again the additional information, depreciation, first point only, continue. Rupees 10,000 on plant. Okay, depreciation rupees 10,000 on plant has been charged. Fine. Now when I am saying that 10,000 is charged on plant, fine. So what is here? 2012 plant value 80,000, 10,000 depreciation charged on that. So now the new value should be 70,000, 70. Okay, but how much we have in the balance sheet? We are able to see in the balance sheet that we have a new value of plant is 2 lakh. So from where we got extra? Actually we should have the 70,000, but we are having the 2 lakh. So difference amount, that is 1 lakh 30,000. Again the assumption is what? We have purchased the plant. We have purchased the plant worth rupees 1 lakh 30,000. And now you are purchasing something, that means you have to do the payment. That means cash is going out from your pocket. So this will be your application of fund. Clear? Now the next point from your additional information. Okay, really sorry, in additional information I have given all 1 point. Actually 1 2 3, actually you can make it out. Now the second point, interim dividend of rupees 20,000 has been paid. Okay, interim dividend paid in mid of the year, no issues. We will pay it, and when we are paying it, it will be definitely going out from the pocket, so it will be an application. But again, if you have followed the last class PDF notes, in that again I have made it very clear, interim dividend will be your application of fund, but same time it will be your non-operating or non-fund expense, because this is because like dividend is what? Appropriation of profit. Okay, and it's not affecting like your what to say, working capital. Fine, somebody has invested and you are giving. Fine, so this is going to be your non-operating expense, and same time it is going to be your application of fund. Clear? Now the next item, income tax rupees 35,000 has been paid. Okay, now again the last class notes. Okay, so if anybody is like surprising like thinking that what is the last class note, kindly go for it and then you will get the details. Okay, when we are treating provision for tax as a current liability, so related to tax, if you have any additional information, kindly ignore it. Okay, kindly ignore it. Now, don't get confused. Your proposed dividend is different and interim dividend is different. Okay, both is not the same one. Clear? If instead of interim dividend, if in additional information it would have mentioned like dividend of rupees 20,000 paid, I would have just ignored it, just like an income tax paid. Okay, but it is interim dividend. Interim dividend is different and proposed dividend is different. Fine. So now all the things in your question, I hope it is clear for you. So now let's move towards your solution. So very quickly, solution is here for you. First, we need to prepare statement of changes in working capital. I hope earlier also you have did it. All the current assets we are going to take, and just now we have seen which are the current assets. So debtor, stock, bills receivable, cash. Fine. And what was the rule? Remember, I have told you out of 4 you can keep remember any one. Increase in current asset, increase in working capital. So decrease in current asset, decrease in working capital. So increase in current liability, decrease in working capital, and decrease in current liability, increase in working capital. Fine. So any one rule you have to keep remember. Remaining on you can just make the opposite terms. Fine. Now debtor increasing. 2012 it is 1,60,000, but in 2013 it is 2 lakh. So 40,000 increase. So we have posted the 40,000 in the increase column. Fine. Similarly, we have worked with the stock, bills receivables, and the cash. Okay, and then we have to make the total of current assets, both the year column. Fine. And then we will move towards the current liabilities, and again we have checked creditors, bills payable, proposed dividend, and provision for tax is your current liability. And then we will apply just the rule. Fine. Increase in current liability, decrease in working capital. So decrease in current liability, increase in working capital. Okay, so with that we have worked with the creditors, bills payable and all, and now we have to make the total of current liability. Sorry. And then we have to calculate working capital. Very first rule, not rule actually, formula. Current asset minus current liability of the fund flow statement. So current asset, total of current asset in 2012 2,82,000, and current liability 1,57,000. So difference is what? 1,25,000. Similarly for 2013 also difference is 1,58,000. So here we are able to see very clearly in 2012 working capital was 1,25,000, but in 2013 working capital is 1,58,000. That means working capital is increasing. So how much increasing? The difference between 158 and 125, that is 33,000. So increase in working capital 33,000. Make the total both side same balance in your 2012 and 13, 1,58,000, 1,58,000. And same thing we have to repeat with the increase and decrease column. And earlier also I have told you, again I am repeating the same. Make sure how much increase or decrease you are getting in a working capital in your year column. Same amount, same thing you have to get in your increase and decrease column also. So increase column total is how much? 86,000, and decrease column total is shortage with the 33,000. So that means again increase in working capital. Clear? Now the next we have to calculate fund from operation. And see, you can follow the add back method or you can follow the adjusted profit and loss. I will, or I like to follow the add back method. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this only. Okay. So now coming with the fund from operation. So profit how much? 48,000 minus 30,000. While discussing the question I've told you. So how much we are going to get the profit? 18,000. And in this we need to add non-cash and non-fund expenses or losses. And there only we have checked from the additional information. First we'll go. Okay, we can go either from the balance sheet or either from the additional sheet. Okay, so additional information first I'm taking. Depreciation on land and building. Depreciation definitely a non-cash expense. Similarly your depreciation on plant also. And then interim dividend, your non-operating expense. Okay, and then now coming back to your balance sheet, we have checked. Okay, we have goodwill. written off worth rupees 25,000, and as I have told you, fictitious or intangible assets, okay, written off, that is your non-cash expense. And then we have transferred some amount to general reserve, that is also a non-cash expense, 30,000. And there only with the question we have seen that in this question we don't have any non-cash or non-fund income or gain. So just making a total of this non-cash items, which is 1,05,000, adding it into a profit, and then we are going to get the fund from operation 1,23,000. Clear? Now the next final step, we have to prepare fund flow statement. Vertical, horizontal, anything will work, no issues at all. Okay. Now coming, we used to have 4 column, very simple. Sources, then amount, application, and then amount. Okay, and we have to make sure the difference between the total of sources and the total of application should be equal to your net increase or decrease in working capital. If it is that, then your solution is correct. Okay, so now sources, we have seen we have issued the equity shares, excess how much, worth rupees 1 lakh. So when I'm issuing the equity shares, definitely I'm going to receive the fund, so it is a source. Okay, and then we have discussed we have sold the land and building, so when I'm going to sell something, again I'm going to receive the fund, so 10,000 source of fund. Fine. And fund from operation, we have calculated 1,23,000. So these 3 items are your sources. Now coming to your application, okay, we have redeemed the preference shares, how much, worth rupees 50,000. That means we were supposed to pay. Okay, so money is going out from my pocket, so 50,000 is your application of fund. Then we have seen we have purchased the plant worth rupees 1,30,000, so that is again a application because I have to pay. Okay, wherever you have to pay, wherever money is going out from your pocket, definitely it is going to be an application. Okay, then interim dividend you have paid, how much, 20,000, so that is again a application. Make the total. So if sources side we are going to make the total, we have the total is 2,33,000, and if application side we are going to make the total, it is 2 lakh. And then if we are going to calculate net increase in working capital, 2,33,000 minus 2,33,000, which is just exactly same how much we have got in our statement of changes in working capital. Increase in working capital 33,000. Clear? Now this is a small question, homework part for you. Okay, so if the whole semester is going to be completed like this only online class, no issues. But if we will get some offline classes, then this homework is going to be a part of your assignment. Clear? So try it to solve. If any difficulty, you can ask me, but you have to solve it in your notebook. Okay, so thank you for the day. Enjoy and keep learning.